Then WWE legend's son replaces Jey Uso in the Bloodline. Ways the Bloodline and the Judgment Day's alliance is rumored to end Cody Rhodes' final WWE Raw appearance. Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania 41 revealed LA Knights wins the Royal Rumble. Jey Uso's massive angle. Let's jump right into it. Ways the Bloodline and the Judgment Day's alliance is rumored to end. The latest angle between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day has got the pro wrestling world talking. Finn Balor and Damian Priest attacked AJ Styles following his win against Solo Sikoa last Friday on WWE SmackDown. The undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions hurled the phenomenal one inside the ring after the assault. Both Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman were left perplexed with the Judgment Day's move. Nevertheless, Solo Sikoa finished his job by destroying AJ Styles with the Samoan Spike. This particular angle and the dark matches before SmackDown has left us wondering if WWE has subtly teased the Survivor Series main event for this year. The key takeaway from the closing moments of SmackDown last week is that there could be some sort of potential alliance between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. The two factions previously had a brief alliance during the build to Backlash 2023. Having said that, nothing lasts forever, and this potential alliance between the two groups will eventually come to an end. Here are 5 ways the Bloodline and the Judgment Day's potential alliance could end. Number 5. Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa go after the tag team titles. The Usos were never given a second opportunity to reclaim the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Jimmy and Jay wanted to face Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for a third time, but were told off by Paul Heyman. The wise man had pronounced Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa as the contenders to the tag titles for Night of Champions 2023. With Jay out of the Bloodline and Jimmy wanting in, Roman Reigns may see this as an opportunity to get the tag team titles back to his group. The tribal chief could order Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa to take the undisputed tag team titles from Finn Balor and Damian Priest, with the match possibly taking place after Survivor Series. Number 4. Paul Heyman sows seeds of dissension between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. Paul Heyman has been the brains behind the Bloodline for 3 years now. The wise man has guided the faction to championship gold on both SmackDown and Raw. He's been with the group through thick and thin. Heyman was also the one who mediated the alliance between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day in April. He might also be the one to end it. The wise man could once again mediate an alliance between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day as long as it serves Roman Reigns' interest. Once the trust is established, he may sow seeds of dissension between the two factions by poking Judgment Day's internal troubles or even manipulating Dominic Mysterio. Number 3. Cody Rhodes shows up on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes brought Jey Uso to Raw in a shocking turn of events at Payback 2023. The American Nightmare said he exhausted his influence, whatever he had, to bring Jey to the red brand. There is definitely more to Rhodes bringing Jey to Raw than meets the eye. The American Nightmare is set to return to WWE Raw this week. He may announce his decision to leave the brand for SmackDown as Jey Uso's replacement. This could in turn set up a storyline where Rhodes tries to create dissension between Bloodline and Judgment Day, leading all the way to Survivor Series. Number 2. Damian Priest cashes his briefcase on Roman Reigns. SmackDown still has the top championship despite what Seth Rollins wants the WWE Universe to believe. There's no prize richer in Vince McMahon's promotion than the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, which currently belongs to Roman Reigns. By becoming the undisputed tag team champion, Damian Priest has afforded himself the opportunity to get closer to the tribal chief. Since our Money in the Bank has a huge opportunity in front of him and is probably waiting for the right time to cash it in. Number 1. Rhea Ripley competes for the undisputed title. Rhea Ripley is seemingly the undisputed leader of the Judgment Day. Fans who watched Raw last Monday know what we're talking about. Mammy has managed to talk Damian Priest and Finn Balor out of their differences. It's only a matter of time before she straightens things up with the Bloodline. It is possible that the potential alliance between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day could lead to Rhea Ripley challenging Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. China did it with the Intercontinental Championship years ago. This would not only be a huge step away from the company's traditional storylines, but also a nice nod to a historic moment of the past. How would you book the storyline between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day? Let us know in the comments section below. Cody Rhodes' final WWE Raw appearance. Adam Pearce announced last week on WWE Raw that a superstar from the Red brand will be traded to SmackDown for Jey Uso. The transfer is expected to go down this week on the Red brand, and we might have an idea of who that superstar is going to be. It is possible that Cody Rhodes could be traded for Jey Uso on the September 11, 2023 episode of Raw. The 38-year-old star could make his final WWE Raw appearance tonight to make a blockbuster announcement in regards to his future on the Red brand. Pearce apparently teased Rhodes' move to SmackDown during his backstage segment with Jey Uso last week. The WWE matchmaker said the superstar who'll move to the blue brand has a good reputation in the Raw locker room. Not only is Rhodes considered a locker room leader, he's arguably the most popular star on Monday Night Raw. The American Nightmare has been getting thunderous ovations since he returned to WWE at WrestleMania 38. With Rhodes vs. Reigns Aya rumored to be the main event of WrestleMania 40 next year, the American Nightmare's move to the Tribal Chiefs brand makes sense, as he may finally get to finish his story. WWE has announced a couple of matches matches and segments for the upcoming edition of the Red brand. First, we have Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a Women's World Championship rematch from Payback. This time, Dominic Mysterio is barred from ringside. Next, Cody Rhodes is set to make his return to Raw tonight. The American Nightmare was last seen at WWE Payback, where he introduced Jey Uso to the Red brand on the Grayson Waller effect. Finally, Gunther will celebrate his incredible accomplishment as the longest-reigning WWE Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of all time. What are your predictions for WWE Raw this week? Let us know in the comments section below. Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania 41 revealed. WWE might save a huge Brock Lesnar match for WrestleMania 41. Lesnar and Gunther came face-to-face during the 2023 Royal Rumble match. Gunther has made it known on various occasions in the past that he wants to face the Beast incarnate in the ring. As per a new report by Xero News, WWE might save the Brock Lesnar versus Gunther match for WrestleMania 41 in case the promotion doesn't run the feud next year. Gunther versus Brock Lesnar could end up being saved from UM 41 in Minneapolis if they do not run with it this coming year. Company is undecided on whether Gunther should drop the IC title now and move into the WEC picture in time for WM, as they want Knight's momentum to continue. Gunther and Lesnar are two of the biggest powerhouses in all of WWE. Fans have been clamoring for the duo to face off in a singles match for some time now. He appeared on My Love Letter to Wrestling earlier this year and spoke about his Royal Rumble spot with Lesnar. Here's what he said: "That moment with Brock was all I needed. I don't think we needed to have lots of action going on with him, get into a little scuffle and stuff. Just the moment and the crowd reaction for that, it was all I needed. Just see how people on the internet, you read stuff and people get easily excited, but often the hype from online doesn't translate to the venue. When that happened, I was like, compared to the US, especially in England, people understand competition." It remains to be seen if WWE goes with Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 40 next year. Fans wouldn't want to wait another year to see the two behemoths battle each other. What do you think? Would you be willing to wait for another year to see Lesnar versus Gunther? LA Knight wins the Royal Rumble. WWE has plans for a massive name to win the Royal Rumble, but will keep him away from Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 as per reports. LA Knight has been one of WWE's most popular acts for quite some time now. The veteran receives massive ovations and reactions on a weekly basis on WWE TV. As per a new report shared by Xero News, there's an internal push for LA Knight to win the Royal Rumble match next year. Endeavor is supposedly a big fan of Knight and wants him in a big match at Mania next year. The report also states that WWE could build a story around Knight that would see him move to Raw and challenge for the World Heavyweight title on Night 1 of WrestleMania 40. WWE have inserted LA Knight into the Paul Heyman picture right now, so that if he potentially does win the Royal Rumble match in storyline, Heyman may get scared that Meg is coming to end the reign of the Tribal Chief. Heyman would then work a trade to Raw in February to bring Jey Uso back and therefore not allow LA Knight to challenge Roman Reigns, as Jey Uso will return to SmackDown and LA Knight moving over to Raw. Knight would leave SD but remind Paul that one day they will meet again. LA Knight would then challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40 on Night 1. It's a given that Roman Reigns will be involved in the final match of WrestleMania 40. As per Xero News, the plan in place is still to have Reigns face Cody Rhodes at the shows next year. Rhodes lost to Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 39 earlier this year, courtesy of the Bloodline's interference. Rhodes would love to headline Mania once again and finally beat Reigns to win the top title on the blue brand. What do you think? Would you like to see LA Knight win the Royal Rumble and challenge for the World Heavyweight title? Jey Uso's massive angle. If recent reports are to be believed, WWE could book an altercation between Jey and Jimmy Uso at next year's Royal Rumble event, following which the former would be moved back to the SmackDown roster. Jey and Jimmy's storyline is one of the most compelling in WWE right now. Jimmy betrayed Jey during his match against Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal title at SummerSlam 2023. Following that, Jey Uso claimed to quit the promotion but was introduced as a member of the Raw roster by Cody Rhodes at Payback 2023. However, it looks like his run on the Red brand could be short-lived, as WWE has plans to advance the feud between Jey and Jimmy Uso. A recent report by Xero News suggests that WWE was planning an angle between the brothers during the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match, wherein the two get into an altercation. It was also noted that this would be followed by Jey Uso being traded back to the Friday night show. If these are anything to go by, it's safe to assume the promotion is keen on having the brothers go to war at WrestleMania 40 in a marquee match. For now, Jey is being lured by Dominic Mysterio to join Judgment Day, and it remains to be seen how that goes down in the coming weeks. In a chat with Sportskeeda Wrestling ahead of last week's Superstar Spectacle, Drew McIntyre shed light on his face-off with Jey Uso on Raw. The Scottish Warrior stated since Jey had conspired not to let him win the Universal title from Roman Reigns in 2022, it made him apprehensive of trusting him. I don't know, I have always felt more like a lone wolf, and I have noticed that a lot of people have been forming factions and using it to their advantage. You mentioned the Bloodline. There's a reason why I wasn't giving Jey Uso a big hug when he showed up on Monday Night Raw, because because he was kicking my head for 6 months straight and making sure I didn't become the undisputed champion, said Drew McIntyre. It remains to be seen if the promotion books a feud between McIntyre and Jay down the line or would have them sort out their differences. Do you think it's wise to move Jay Uso back on SmackDown so soon after having him show up on Raw? Sound off in the comments section below. The WWE legend's son replaces Jay Uso in the Bloodline. Jay Uso recently joined WWE Raw as its newest member after leaving SmackDown. He returned at Payback 2023, appearing on the Grayson Waller Effect, with Cody Rhodes announcing Jay's move to the Red brand. Upon his first appearance, Jay was involved in various segments, including those with Sami Zayn, Adam Pearce, and the Judgment Day. However, the latest news of Umaga's son, Zilla Fatu, leaving Booker T's Reality of Wrestling has sparked speculation regarding him possibly replacing Jay Uso in the Bloodline. This news was shared by Booker T himself during his Hall of Fame podcast. He said that he could not tell fans when they would see Fatu again as he was no longer with Raw due to irreconcilable differences. For those unaware, Reality of Wrestling promotion is owned and run by Booker T, as the Hall of Famer is an active part of the Stanford-based promotion and works as a commentator on NXT. It is highly unlikely for Fatu to make his debut in WWE after having irreconcilable differences with him. Booker T has also revealed that he is certain that Zilla is taking bookings from other independent promotions, which seemingly clarifies the future of the Samoan member. It will be interesting to see how things unfold in the near future and whether WWE will decide to sign Zilla Fatu or not. As of now, the company hasn't announced anything for Jay Uso for this week's Raw. It is still unknown whether the former right-hand man will appear on tonight's edition of the Red brand or not. However, the company has announced various high-profile matches and segments, as Gunther recently became the longest-reigning Intercontinental Champion. The company is set to celebrate this accolade on Raw. Additionally, Rhea Ripley will defend her Women's World Championship against Raquel Rodriguez, but this time, Dominic Mysterio will be banned from ringside. Moreover, the heated feud between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura will likely continue on tonight's show, which may eventually lead to a rematch between the two. The company has also announced Cody Rhodes' appearance for tonight's show. However, this might be Rhodes' last appearance on the Red brand in case Adam Pearce trades him to SmackDown. It will be interesting to see what the company has in store for us on tonight's show.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me